Do you know about all the rules and regulation of Cognigen Gen-C and Gen-C Next exam? Want to know about the test guidelines? If you are interested, then watch the full video.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel Syntech. As we know, there is off-campus placement drive from Cognizant for 2021 batch. Irrespective of all branches, all students of BE and BTech can take part in this national level off-campus drive only held at some selected colleges in India. So if your college is holding it, go for it. This exam has two rounds. The first round is Gen C and the second round is Gen C Next. So the first round, that is Gen C, is based on aptitude, reasoning and code debugging, and one English writing which is within 200 words. So if you pass the first round, that is Gen C, with a promising performance, you can go for the next round, that is Gen C Next, which is only a coding round. And if you pass that, you can give an interview for the Gen C Next, and if you don't, then you can give the interview for the Gen C. So this is the video for the exam and the test guidelines from the company itself. So the test guidelines are here, as you can see. The first guideline is the candidates need to take the test on a computer or laptop system equipped with a working webcam, that is external or built in. So if you have a computer, you can use a webcam external. If you have a laptop, then you can use the internal webcam, and a smooth internet connectivity throughout the test session. So you should have a smooth internet connection. The candidates are advised to take the test in all fair means. So the company is asking you not to cheat. It's obvious. The test system is built with various artificial intelligence mechanisms to track malpractice and any extended help. Any candidate found to be using unfair means would be promptly disqualified from the recruitment process without any notice. So they have their own artificial intelligence mechanisms to track you. So if you try to cheat in any way, they can track you, and then you would be disqualified without any notice. Then, other than the intended candidate, should an image of any person be captured in the vicinity during the test process, the candidate will be disqualified. So as stated above, your there should be a webcam. So uh, only the candidate giving the exam should be visible in the webcam and no other one. If others are visible, or any other person than the candidate is visible on the webcam, then the exam will be cancelled, or the candidate will be disqualified. The disqualification may happen at any stage of the process and is solely a discretion of the Cognizant team. Do not try to click print screen or copy the content while the test is in progress. The system will disqualify the candidate instantly. Use of mobile phones and cameras during the entire session of the test is strictly prohibited. So in the laptop or computer, do not try to print the screen, that is to take a screenshot of the screen, or copy the content, that is the uh, documents on the screen while the test is going on. If you do that, you will be disqualified at that right moment, because the computer is tracking, they are tracking all your moves, and the use of mobile phones and cameras are strictly prohibited. So please don't. There should not be any hindrance to the webcam lenses. It should not be covered with any object and should always have the candidate right in front of it. So the webcam should not be covered by anything. It should be clear and you should be visible all the time. While taking up the online test, the candidates are advised not to move out of the test screen. Example, do not open any other tab or application like Notepad, Excel, or browsers like Google, etc. This test will be locked permanently if the candidate is found switching through the windows while taking the test. So you can't switch to other screens. I mean, switch to other tabs, either in Google browser or in any other thing. You can't close the tab in which the exam is going on. If you do so, the test will be locked and you can't give the test again. In case the test stops or halts due to an internet or electricity failure, you will be able to resume your assessment from the same point you got logged in without losing any time. Wait for 5 minutes, log in again using the same credentials, and click on resume incomplete test. You will have to select your name and continue attempting the test. After you log into the test, you have to finish the test within 4 hours. Please ensure that you have a smooth electrical and internet connectivity to complete the test in one go. So the test would be of 4 hours. You have to finish it in 4 hours, and please ensure that there is no issue with your electrical or internet connectivity, so you can complete in one go. So Then comes the general instruction. There is no negative marking. You have to answer all the questions mandatorily, that is, you cannot skip any question. Do not click on the module exit or test exit. You cannot change your answer of any previous questions. Test basic requirements: a personal computer or laptop, smooth and uninterrupted internet connectivity throughout the testing session, webcam connected with the system. Browser or OS requirements are given. This assessment is supported by the below listed browsers or versions only. So there are two browsers which support the test, that is Google Chrome and Mozilla Firefox. So these are the versions, version 50.0 and above, and both Mozilla Firefox also 50.0 and above. In case you are taking the test on Windows 8, you make sure you disable all the pop-ups or notifications. So if you are using Windows 8, then disable all the pop-ups or notifications. In the settings you can do that. Please ensure that you complete the test within 4 hours of logging in. You can attempt the test at any time before the end time. So if you finish before 4 hours, you can just submit it. Then your Cognizant candidate ID, an 8-digit number, that is the Cognizant ID, would have been shared by your placement officer Cognizant team. Please refer the same and enter the correct candidate ID during the test process. So before you start the test, there will be a form like thing, so you have to fill that. In that you have to fill your Cognizant candidate ID, so it will be shared by your placement officer or the Cognizant team. If the placement officer gives it to you, he can share it, he or she can share it with any medium. If the Cognizant team gives it to you, then they would give you through mail, so please check that. And following are the steps for taking the test. For taking the MCAT exam, click on the URL provided in the email and follow the instructions. So if you register for the test, you will get a mail. There would be a URL provided and the instruction would be given there. At several instances during the test, you will be prompted to allow the access of your webcam. Please grant the test software access to your webcam. So there would be a pop-up that will ask you to give the access for your webcam, so you have to allow it, so they can monitor. Once your webcam has been tested, enter the username and password provided to you in the mail. Your username and the password would be provided to you in the mail. You have to log in with that. Select the checkbox I have read and agree to the terms and conditions and wish to continue the test. So you have to simply agree to the terms and condition. Then click on start new test and fill the registration form. This is the registration form I have been talking about. So when you click on start new test, and there would be a form, that is this registration form, you have to fill it and then you can start answering your questions. Click on start test. A 14-digit number will appear. This is your MCAT ID. Kindly save it for your future reference. To answer a question, click on the confirm and then next submit your answer. We wish you all the best. To submit a question, click on confirm and then next to submit your answer. Disclaimer: Cognizant does not entertain payments of any kind of candidates or vendors for employment. Request for such payments should be promptly reported to tagcompliance@cognizant.com. So if anyone asks you for any payment for the exam or the employment for the job, then you should report it to this mail ID, tagcompliance@cognizant.com. If you encounter anyone who claims to offer job at Cognizant in return for any benefit, monetary or non-monetary, please do not entertain them. Please be informed that Cognizant shall not be held responsible for any such instances or payments you make. So if anyone asks you that they would help you to get a job at Cognizant in return for any benefit, that is by giving money or something else, then please don't do that, because Cognizant will be held responsible for the decisions or the payments you make. So we recommend that you do not respond to spam emails or messages you do not trust. Never disclose your personal or financial details to anyone you don't know. If any such mails purporting to come from Cognizant are received, we advise you to contact us at tagcompliance@cognizant.com. That is the same mail ID. Please report the phishing attempt to the following email ID: csirt@cognizant.com. To ascertain that you are receiving an official call from Cognizant, please ensure to collect the recruiter's details, full name, that is employee ID and mobile number during the call. Please refrain from paying or depositing any money and promptly add it to your spam mail. In case you have already made a payment, please lodge a complaint with the nearest police station so that the necessary actions can be taken against the imposters. So that's all for this video. Subscribe to this channel for upcoming videos. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned.